So one of my goals for 2015 is to reread more books. I typically wait at least 5 years before I reread a book. That's about the length of time it takes for the plot to start getting fuzzy in my head. I have to say though, I've been rereading some books from my childhood lately where I'm actually a bit mortified. I thought they were good books, because they're kinda not. But I think I've picked some really strong ones to reread, so I think I'll be good. Anyways, here's a list of books I'm eyeing to reread in the near future. I am currently in the process of rereading the Harry Potter series. I just finished the first book and now need to continue on with the rest. I love Harry Potter. These books are brilliant. If I had to rank them, I'd say Chamber of Secrets is probably my least favorite of the series, and Deathly Hallows is my favorite. I definitely feel it's time to reread them all as I'm starting to get fuzzy on details and plot, and with Harry Potter that is unacceptable. I have this entire series in this wonderful mismatched collection. I think the second one's in my bag for me to take to work with me, but I'm excited to read out of these. I want to reread The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon. I remember really liking this book. It's from the perspective of a young autistic boy, and the writing style is just really unique and engaging. It's one of those books that's really hard to categorize. It's got a mystery in it, so is it a mystery? He's a teenager, so is it young adult? A lot of people just categorize it as the genre book club, which I find hilarious that we all kind of know what kind of book that is. It's almost like it's its own genre, book club. Anyways, this is pretty short, and I found a copy at this epic used bookstore in downtown Los Angeles called The Last Bookstore, so game on. Need by Carrie Jones. This is one of the first young adult books I ever read, and I remember really liking it, but in retrospect, I'm not sure if that was just because I didn't have much experience with the genre yet, so I want to go back in and reread it and see what I really think now. I'm usually hit or miss on books about the Fae. I usually either hate them or love them, so we'll see. The Remains of the Day by Kazuo Ishiguro. I've read Kazuo Ishiguro's Never Let Me Go 3 times and like it better every time I read it. I've read The Remains of the Day once and loved it. It's so subtle. At first you're like, this is an entire book about the good and proper way to be a butler. WTF am I reading? But you have to read all the way to the end. It's brilliant. So I want to repick it up and reread it with my full knowledge of what's going on and see if I can notice things. I want to go on a Beauty and the Beast retelling binge this year, so I want to reread 2 versions by Robin McKinley. Yes, she rewrote the same story twice. She wrote Beauty in 1978 and then rewrote it again as Rose's Daughter in 1997. It's been so long, I don't remember which one I liked better. Beauty has better ratings on Goodreads, but who knows? I'll read them and judge for myself. Marilyn the Magician by Patricia Reed. Patricia Reed wrote the truly hilarious Enchanted Forest Chronicles, which I love. I remember also loving this book and its sequel as a young teen. It's about a traveling magician who rescues a street urchin, but I don't know if it was because I thought it was très romantique as a young teen, and a good portion of the books I read as a 13-year-old that I thought were très romantique turn out to be kind of boring when I reread them, so we'll see. A Separate Piece by John Knowles. I read this for high school and really liked it. I think it was because I was so sick and tired of a lot of the books I read as a kid, which were cut and dried. Here's the moral of the story. Life's really simple, kids, if you follow a few simple rules. So at the time, I was really liking any book that was like, no, life is complex and not always that easy to figure out. And this book deals with regret and how life-changing decisions can just take an instant. So I want to reread this and see if it still holds up for me now. Okay, so what should I reread first? Have you read any of these? What were your thoughts on them? Let's discuss.